Welcome to this episode of weekly group mentorship, where we're raising up extraordinary people just like you. So this week we want to talk about confidence. We want to talk about what does confidence look like and why is it important? Okay, that's our topic today. And so there's no other better way to talk about confidence than to talk about these three animals right here behind you. The lion, roar. Oh, get out of the way. The ox and the eagle. And then us. We're here too. Us. So you saw me dancing. Some of you may be petrified, like, that dude is crazy. What is wrong with Carlos? Has he gone off his rocker?
Or why is he dancing? He has no rhythm.
That's right. Playing the drums however I want to. Dancing like nobody's watching. Dancing. But guess what? That's confidence too.
That's right.
It's like, look, just do it. Let's just do it. We could not hear any music. Oh, can you hear me now? It was the eye of the tiger. I was playing. Did you see me dancing? I was dancing because of, yeah.
Me too. What's without music?
That's right. But hey, doesn't matter. I'd still dance like that even if there wasn't music. Being silly, being crazy, being free. Right? Confidence allows you then to communicate well, which allows you then to be more committed to what you're doing. Have you noticed that pattern? And then you cycle through and you get more confidence because you communicated about it and you're more committed to it and you do it more often, and then you get more confidence and then you communicate more about it and then you get more committed. And now, so this is part of why what is confidence is it is just being free, really, and doing things like dancing is a good example. It's just dancing and not really caring what people think because you're free.
I think confidence, a big part of confidence comes from really not worrying about OPO, right? What causes us to not have confidence is when we're worried about other people's opinions.
So true.
When we place a value on somebody else's opinions over what we're doing, how we're doing it, what we want to do, all of those things, right? When those things get squashed and hindered by being concerned about other people's opinions or what others think about, what's happening.
And why would you be, other people's opinions matter when you don't have confidence? Why is that? Because you're not confident in what you're actually presenting or what you're talking about or what you believe in. That's why it's really important to cycle through those things and continue to communicate about those. Those of you that have access to Connection DNA, that's what we do in that content. To build your confidence is cycling through it. That's why it's never ending. It's part of your daily routines, like eating breakfast. We pray for the day that every household will do Connection DNA and My Epic 30 minutes, which involves Connection DNA. Every household on the planet is doing that process. Why would I say that? Because it's about connection and it's about gaining confidence and communicating. And then we ask you questions that help you to have more confidence. Like, what do you believe and why? The more you process through what you believe and why, guess what? You become more confident in it. And then we tell you, go communicate about that and declare it, because that is making you even more confident. And then guess what? You're more committed to what you believe. Now, do we tell you what to believe? No, I tell you what I believe, just to show you how you can communicate with honor and not force other people to have to believe your way. But guess what? A lot of times it's your confidence that helps others believe the way you believe, right? Because they're not confident. They're like, wait, maybe he knows something I don't know. Or maybe the truth is that I just have more confidence because I've communicated it more. Secondary. And I'm more committed than you are. And that's okay. It really is. Learn, grow, learn from our example. Now, let's talk about confidence, what it is, even in this guy. Whoa, wrong one. I meant to start with this guy. Now let's end with him. Let's go with this gal right there. See that?
The eagle.
Caw-caw! Oh, that's a crow.
Bro.
What does the eagle sound like? I don't know. What does an eagle sound like?
That was like a pterodactyl.
That's so true. So the eagle. Now, where do you find confidence when it's talking about the eagle? What do you see with the eagle? You're like, I don't know. How's that bird confident? Well, there's a list of things. Where do you want me to start? You go study the eagle and understand confidence. The eagle never looks back. Never looks back. When it's hunting, okay, birds of prey, they hunt. Okay. The queen of the air, the eagle, the royalty of the air, doesn't look back. And why doesn't she look back, Miss Chantel?
Because she don't care who's behind her. She's the top of the food chain.
Bam! See, she knows she's the top of the food chain. How does she know? Because she's confident. She just believes it and knows it. And guess what? She is. Or whatever you want to call it, right? Let's see if I can get this bird, this eagle to fly.
Okay, you're there.
Pretty soon I'll have all the faces on me. That's the eagle too, right there. And that's Ruach, the spirit. Such confidence. And why is the eagle on the back when we talk about the faces? Because she got your back and you can be confident. And you don't have to look back then because she's got your back. She's confident. She's confident. Super powerful. And guess what else is proof of her freaking confidence? She is the only animal in the animal kingdom that does what? Miss Chantel.
Soaring towards the storm. You got it, honey.
That's right. See, we got some interaction with the people watching this webinar, and I love it. Yes, she is the only animal in the animal kingdom that flies towards the storm. Amazing. And it's interesting, like, why does she fly towards the storm? Instinct, right?
Yeah.
God planted that in her DNA. Same thing with why she doesn't look back when she's hunting her prey, because she is the top of the food chain. But who told her that? No, it's been implanted in her, just like it's been implanted in you. You just need to believe it, receive it, and you will achieve it. And that's what we want to do with you. If you're not receiving our yoke, if you're not willing to be grafted in, I get it, but you might want to think about it so we can help you with confidence. That's what we do here. Our 3C methodology is all about confidence, communication, commitment. 3 C's, get it? Those three need to be developed simultaneously. Simultaneously. Interesting word. They do. Together, all at the same time. You were raised, I guarantee, with probably one, maybe two of those things in your life. And if we were to look at your life, if it's like mine, if it's like Chantel's, if it's like all of ours, probably one or two of those things are missing out of the three. So it's okay. It's not your parents' fault. It's not, don't blame and scapegoat all that. Just know they were doing what they knew. They didn't know this stuff, or they would have done it. They love you. If they understood it, they would do it because they loved you. They did their best. But guess what? You do know now, and I'm telling you now. So find someone who's doing those three things. If you don't know anyone, then come talk to us. We'll help you. We'll yoke with you. And guess what? Yoking is the great equalizer. Nobody is actually above anybody when you yoke, because look at how it's designed. It's a solid wood across. And that's what even God himself said, come unto me, for my yoke is easy. He even declared about, let me help you, let me carry you. Right? But you also forget that it's also because he doesn't want to be this lording over us. He wants to be a friend. He wants to be a father. He wants to love you and connect with you.
He wants to partner.
Man sees him as this. Religion sees him that way. Religion wants to make God big and you little. And he's saying, that's not how I designed it. Go back to the garden when he walked with us, talked with us, sat down, held hands with us, hugged us, kissed us, sang with us. I guarantee that's what it was like, and that's what he wants again. But we don't have the confidence to do that. Just like at Mount Sinai. If you know the word, you know the word. If not, we can do a study sometime. But really, he was hoping the only person who had confidence to go up on Mount Sinai was Moses. Very confident man. Humble, but very confident. Very freaking confident. So confident in the fact that he was made he was made a prince, even though he was Hebrew. Jewish, right? Excuse me, even though he was Jewish, they made him a prince even in the Egyptian army, right? The king raised him up. Powerful, confident man. And yeah, there's a whole story behind that. But the point is, Moses was confident enough, even though God came with thunder and lightning, he still went up to Mount Sinai. The others were afraid and fearful, right? So confidence is a super powerful, powerful key. Will you receive the confidence? Now, let me tell you about grafting in, right? We talk about fruit that comes from confidence and communication and commitment, super powerful. And we have to raise it up simultaneously, okay? Super important to do it all at the same time, be working on them all together. And we have incredible things that will help you. And we'd love to give it to you. My Epic 30, we can give it to you. Ask anyone that's in the community. It's in the content. We have it for you. We'd be glad to bless you with it. No cost, seriously. It's an e-workbook. We'll send it to you. The process, we've got a new video too that explains how to do My Epic 30, short video, like 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. But the point is that we want to bless you with that. That will gain confidence. I promise that it's the cycle of confidence. It's a cycle of then communication. It's a cycle of then being committed to that process and being committed to pass it on to your children. Just like brushing your teeth or taking a bath, right? Do you remember your parents teaching you that, or whoever cared for you growing up? Well,
or tying your shoe.
Yeah, tying your shoe is another one. But bathing is hopefully something you learned, right? But tying your shoes is definitely another good one. Or riding a bike. You might remember that because usually you're a little older when you ride a bike. So the reality is, though, is that all those things, we want to make My Epic 30 like that. Why? Because it's doing what people need to have the best, most powerful identity, to love and honor themselves so they can love and honor each other and others, right? That's the reality. You can't do what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. So it's important for you to have the confidence so you can give it away and be a great example for your children. If not for your sake, then do it for the sake of your children or your grandchildren. Are you ready? Let's do this. Have confidence. Oh, that was the eagle. That was the eagle. She flies towards the storm. She is awesome. How much time we got? We got to set a timer here, right? The eagle flies towards the storm with such confidence. And guess what? She hits that air pocket where the hot and cold meet, and go do your research. She soars at 10,000 feet. It takes her up though. What storm is in your life that you're running from? That's what I'm wondering. Like, what are you running from? What are you afraid of? You're afraid of repeating what your parents did, or afraid of repeating what happened in your life before? You're maybe a divorce you went through, or an abusive relationship. I get it. It's not
maybe
easy.
Not running. Maybe you're just avoiding.
Yeah, what is it that you're saying? Well, it's not God's will, or it's God. I haven't found the right spouse yet, or I haven't found the right situation yet for business, or I haven't found it's just not the right thing yet. I can't find the right thing. I haven't found God's will for my life. Well, I'm waiting on God. Like, that's another one. That's not even truth. God wants you to progress. He wants you to have confidence. You're just lacking confidence. You are. That's the truth. You're lacking confidence. Now, where are you going to get it? You get it from the eagle that says, I'm going to fly towards the storm. I'm going to fly to, and what's the storm in your life? Tell me what makes you uncomfortable. Tell me what makes you upset. Tell me what triggers you. Tell me what frustrates you. That's your storm. Tell me what conflict you're going through. Tell me what you're afraid of. That's your storm. Well, I'm afraid of heights. I'm afraid of this. I'm afraid of that. That's your storm. Fly towards it. Fly towards it. Go towards it. Well, I don't know how to do that. Okay, we'll get with people who do, that can help you to have the confidence to fly towards that storm. Now, let's go over here to Mr. I know that sound. My bull and my cows, I talk to them. My bovines, the ox. Oh my goodness, this guy, he doesn't even understand no confidence. I mean, you just have to hang out with him for a minute. You know, when they're little calves, it's different, but when they're grown, bovines, full ox and full, an ox, by the way, is just a trained bovine. It's actually a discipline. So we can all get it. Don't use that as a scapegoat. Well, it's not who I am. You can learn it. And so the ox and the bull, especially, man, that guy is crazy, amazing with his stamina, his strength, and he's got, I'm talking about the physical bull. Ricky, my boy Ricky, man, I just scratch his neck and I'm hitting him on the side. I'm like, and he doesn't even feel it. I do. I hit him, Ricky, my boy. You guys, we'll show you some videos sometime. I think we have some clips out there, but seriously, my boy Ricky, he's a big old burly bull. And man, that dude, he just exudes confidence. He does. And what's so fascinating is like their confidence is peace. Their confidence is shalom, if you've heard of that word, the Jewish word shalom. It's a deep level. And it's peace, and they can mold. But the thing is, they never quit. They don't know what it means to quit. That's the confidence of the bull. They don't understand. It's not in their vocabulary. It's not, they don't understand it. They just keep going and keep going and keep going.
And I think the powerful thing about the way that they keep going, though, is they keep going in that peace, right? They don't get this stressed out spurt of energy and then burn out, right? Like some of the other animals. They are legitimately consistent, diligent, persistent, strong, confident. Like they just will go and go and go.
That's right.
It's pretty amazing.
And if you think about it too, as we describe all three of these faces, the bull and the lion and the eagle, you're going to see their confidence is in different areas. So it's super powerful as we embrace the faces, the three faces, and understand that that's what can shape us and empower us in the strengths that they have in confidence. We can borrow it from them and know we don't have to look back. We can trust the spirit, right? Spirit of the Ruach, the eagle. We don't have to quit. We can call upon the confidence. And by the way, the spirit is, I kept calling her because it's the queen of the air, and the spirit is more of a representation of the Holy Spirit, would be more like a motherly figure, okay, feminine like figure. And it's crazy how she's called the queen of the air, right?
It's the discernment part, the nurturer.
More sensitive to supernatural. All right. And then we've got the ox, right? The bull, who represents the wisdom of a father. A grandfather is a better like picture of this wise, strong grandfather, right? That never, ever quits. Doesn't even know that in his language. So you see the confidence that just keeps going and going and going and going. Doesn't have to be fast. Doesn't have to be quick. Doesn't have to be ferocious. Just peaceful confidence that goes. You know those type of people that are working the assembly lines, that are working day after day, same thing over and over and over and over. And you're like, that's so monotonous. How can you do that? It's the skill and the discipline of the ox. That's what it is. And the confidence it takes to do it over and over and over. They will outwork you. They will. The ox will outwork you. That's how we won the West, was because of the ox. Not because of the horse. The ox settled the West for us because it could go and handle the rough terrain, cross-country terrain. Super powerful. Now, the other thing is I dealt with handlers and interviewed some handlers about the oxen and the training of the oxen. Super awesome was that they won't listen to you when you're lacking peace. They have great discernment. My bull lets me get close to him and touch him and even hug him and pet him. But if I'm having an off day, he doesn't like to get near me. And that's what the handlers told us. And I've been finding it true and fascinating. When you're skittish, they feel your energy and they become skittish. Like, dude, what's going on here? Right? So it's interesting that we too can be around cattle and things and animals and nature and be a gauge of peace. Right? And confidence. When you're confident in who you are, guess what? I sent a video to our team the other day about a bear, a big old grizzly bear or polar bear that was running towards these people. And this guy knew that he had to have confidence to scare it off. He's like, and he went at it, ran at it. And that bear just went, whoa, these guys are crazy, and took off. You know, it's like, I ain't going to eat them. They're going to eat me, right? Who's more confident, the bear or you? In that moment, that person was. It was awesome. It's on video. So now the lion. We got a couple more minutes here to talk about the lion, right? I want to end with Mr.
Are you gonna roar?
Lion. Meow.
Oh my gosh.
The lion sees the elephant and says, that's lunch. That's lunch. He's not even talking about dinner. It's halfway through his day and he says, that's lunch.
Gotta work on that roar.
They're amazing. The lion is super powerful. He's the king of the jungle. He knows who he is, and he's not afraid to let everyone else know. His roar can be heard up to 5 miles, which actually marks the border of their pride's territory, which on the border is where all the young male lions, there's an alpha lion, and he represents the confidence, the testosterone. And he's very powerful, not afraid of a fight. He'll protect his pride to the death, and so will all the others working with him. It's amazing to see how they synchronize, but definitely represents confidence and power to be able to take down an elephant. And the elephant fear the lion, which is so weird because they're so huge and strong. It literally, like with a swing of the trunk or a step of the foot. But that's how we understand and know the confidence of a lion. Super powerful. The roar of the lion can be heard for miles. It's an amazing experience to be around the lion and to see and to understand them and study them, right? There's so many different studies about the lion, and watching how, you know, 2 lions working together can take on a whole bunch of hyenas, right? A whole herd or pack of hyenas. 2 lions. 1 lion, not so good, because hyenas are pretty strong, powerful, and they'll gang up on them. But when you put 2 lions together, right? 1 can take on, you know, a few. 2 can take on a whole pack of hyenas. And what's important too is understanding that the lion has the confidence. And by the way, this is where I remember too, it reminds me of the elements too, that the lion is the fire, the element of fire, and represented by the Lion of Judah, or the sun, if you guys understand God the Father, God the Son, and again, God the Spirit, which some may call her God the Mother, because it is more of a feminine type personality there. If you've ever seen The Shack. Side notes. But anyways, the whole point is that there are 2 lions, there are 2 bulls, and there are 2 types of eagles too, right? It's so interesting when you start thinking about this. You've got one lion that is represented, the Lion of Judah, that the heart behind it is for life and passion and confidence. And then you've got one that's death and destruction and tears things up, right? Seeking whom he may devour. And then you've got the ox, right? And the bull. What about the matador that represents like the devil, right? The devil. And so it's interesting that we've got both sides of it, right? But it's always the heart behind it, and the tempered side of the bull. The bull is so confident, so strong, that's why they use it in unfortunately, I don't agree with it, but the matadors fight the bull because the bull won't quit. It doesn't have it in them to quit. So there's a lot of tragic truths with all of our animals too that we teach and talk about, but the confidence of the bull, and then the confidence of the lion, as the eagle. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see that there's a dark side of an eagle and a good side of an eagle, right? Light and life, and death and darkness. All 3 faces can be represented on both light and goodness, and also darkness and death. It's the heart behind it. And we want to encourage you in confidence. Study these 3 faces and learn how they are so confident, and see What did they do to create confidence? It's nature, I know, but we can learn so much from nature. There's so much wisdom that we can learn from nature. And what did they do that shows that they're confident, right? The lion roars, right?
He does more than roar.
What else do you do?
Protects.
He does.
Right.
Well, we're out of time. And why is confidence so important? I'll answer that question. What does confidence look like? Well, there's three faces that definitely represent confidence. And again, there's so much. Hopefully, I just opened up a can of worms for you that makes you want to go learn more about each of these faces and each of these animals, because they definitely represent confidence on a whole other level than I could have time to talk about here. Each one of these animals I could break down and go different directions and different theories and different things that are taught. You know, attack what's attacking you. The military teaches a lot of these things, a lot of these tactics for royalty and wealth and health and fitness, or you can tie them all to these faces. Hunting, focused, right? Or time, attention, what do you focus on? Like all these things. Never quit, consistency, persistent, faithful, plow in the field, plow in the field, plow in the field, right? Working together as a pride. Right? That's the power of the alpha lion too, to be able to lead his pack, or his pride. And so, and then the final thing that we said is, why is it important? Well, hopefully you got it through all this. If you have confidence, you'll be able to communicate better, and you'll be more committed to your dreams, your goals, your family, your marriage, your relationships. So typically it starts with confidence. If you're lacking, it's because you don't have confidence in that area of your life. And you may be very confident in making money. You may be very confident at doing business and closing deals. And then it comes to relationships and you're like, there's a reason for that. Again, going back to your experiences growing up, we would love to process with you. Some of you have gone through it with us. Let us go through it with you again. Let's revisit this, because we have some new revelation of how important the 3C methodology is, and we'd love to work with you in this. So contact one of us. Let us give you some time to process through and do a strategy call with you to process through confidence, communication, and commitment.
And I love what someone said here. Show confidence by standing up straight, eye contact, and keeping your head up. So even when we're not confident, we can display confidence. And then the outward creates the inward. So beautiful.
That's right. Just like we started, right? We started with dancing. Are you confident enough to get up and dance like nobody's watching?
It's too loud.
Can you guys hear that now? Can you hear it now? Can you feel it? You can't hear it? It must be canceling out. Can you hear me talk? Can you hear me talk? Can you hear me talk? It's the eye of the tiger. I don't know the words. I should learn. Will you dance? Ready?
You have to turn it down a little bit, babe. Zoom filters out loud noises. Thanks, Ken.
Bam, bam, bam. Can you hear it now? Still kind of quiet. Eye of the tiger. Woo! 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 All right, y'all. Go be epic and create extraordinary, okay? Epic your life. Level up and go study confidence through the 3 faces. Lion, eagle, ox. Ready, babe? Love you guys. Bless you. Have a great week. See you next week.